Science is always dependent on isolated systems. People feel like this is literally impossible. In other words, I can say everything has effect on everything in our universe. Every single particle of matter has gravitational force applied on it. So let's take the concept of cause and effect. Science is dependent upon the capacity to isolate systems. For example, drinking water leads you to the washroom. If there is a small cause, there is only a small effect. Like if we stop work for one day, the economy is not going to fall, it's just negligible. But due to this corona pandemic, we have stopped work for months. This is a big cause which will have a much bigger effect. All these ideas and concepts come under the butterfly effect. So what is the butterfly effect? The butterfly effect is the idea that the tiny causes like a flay of butterfly wings in Japan can have huge effects like setting off a tornado in Texas and causing an earthquake in California. The butterflies doesn't set up a tornado directly. It's a chain reaction through feedback loops. Let me give you an example for the indirect effect. For want of a nail, the shoe was lost. For want of a shoe, the horse was lost. For want of a horse, the rider was lost. For want of a rider, the battle was lost. For want of a battle, the kingdom was lost. All gone for want of a horse nail. And now, everything's gone for want of just a horse nail. Perhaps more than any other recent scientific concept, it has captured the public imagination. I mean, on IMDb, there is not one, but 61 different movies, TV episodes, short films with butterfly effect in title. To be short and clear, I can tell you that tiny, seemingly insignificant choices you make can have huge consequences later in your life. For example, you're going in a car. Someone stopped you and asked for a lift. If he wouldn't have stopped, you would have met with an accident by next road. That person saved your life. That's simply the butterfly effect. I think the reason behind people are so fascinated by the butterfly effect is because it gets a fundamental question. How well can we predict the future? Now, the goal of the video is to answer that question by examining the science behind the butterfly effect. I already mentioned about predicting the future. That could be anything like weather patterns or how big are asteroids. These have a scientific name: sensitive dependence on initial conditions. This was originally discovered by an MIT mathematician and meteorologist, Edward Lorenz, who was using an old computer to calculate weather patterns. He ran a simulation and wanted to see it again. The first time, he put the data into 6 decimal places, but figured out the second time that those tiny fractions wouldn't matter. So he used only 3 decimal places. In the end, because he just cut out only few fractions, the whole simulation completely changed. It was unrecognizable. The data he used to predict weather without small decimals had no danger like causing any flood or tornado. But when he used accurate and every tiny data, the data showed a drastic damage to people and weather. I would say every decision or action took by a person or a thing may show a huge impact on others' lives.